From NADA Used Car Guide at the J.D. Power Studios, this is your used car industry update with executive analyst Jonathan Banks.
Wholesale used vehicle prices generally rise in February as dealers prepare for increased spring consumer demand. In fact, up to this year, prices had moved higher in February for 20 years straight. The streak came to an end last month, however, as wholesale prices of vehicles up to 8 years in age fell by nearly 1% from January. Above average increases in late auction volume likely played a role in February's depressed outcome. Auction volume of 2014 and 2015 models increased by an average of roughly 20% from January to February. While it's normal for volume to grow over the period, the rise was 4 times larger than what occurred on a like model year basis the past 2 years. Overall, February's weak performance pulled NADA Used Car Guide's seasonally adjusted used vehicle price index down by 3% from January to 118.6. The decline is the largest recorded for any month since November of 2009. In addition, the index stood at 123.8 last February, or more than 4% above this year's level. Looking at standout segments, the luxury segment fared the worst last month. Luxury compact car, large utility, and mid-size utility prices fell by an average of 2%, while luxury mid-size car, large car, and compact utility prices dropped by 1.1 to 1.7%. Luxury losses were generally most severe for the 2013 and 2014 model years. With prices down 1.6%, the compact car segment posted the weakest non-luxury performance in February, reversing long-held roles. Large pickup and utility losses outpaced those of other car segments as prices for the two fell by an average of 1%. Prices were softest for 2015 models, particularly those from GM. Prices for remaining segments, subcompact cars, mid-size utilities, etc. fell by less than 1%. NADA Used Car Guide's March 2016 forecast has prices of vehicles up to 8 years old rising by 2 to 2.5% versus February. Across mainstream segments, price growth is expected to be more pronounced for cars than trucks. Subcompact, compact, mid-size, and large car prices are forecast to rise by an average of roughly 2.5%, while pickup and utility growth is expected to max out between 1.5 and 2%. Mid-size van prices are scheduled to rise by approximately 2.5%. Generally speaking, the outlook for car prices is similar to what occurred in March last year, while utility and pickup growth is expected to be a bit less. Luxury car and truck prices are forecast to grow 1 to 1.5%, except for luxury large cars, where prices are expected to rise by 0.5%. Depreciation is expected to return in April as used prices are forecasted to fall by 1 to 1.5%, similar to the 1.2% drop that occurred last year. Now for a VW emissions update. Prices of gasoline-powered Volkswagen's Jetta and Passat models, or the most volume of those involved in the automaker's well-publicized emissions violation issue, have fallen approximately 1 to 3 percentage points more than prices of the respected segments since the EPA issued its initial notice of violation in mid-September regarding the automaker's alleged use of emissions testing defeat device software in its diesel-equipped models. Prices of diesel-powered Jetta and Passat models have fallen by 13 to 15% compared to the roughly 4 to 5% drop in prices of gas-powered competitors over the period. That established, VW's depreciation trajectory hasn't changed noticeably over the past several weeks. This suggests that any material change in VW prices from this point forward will be largely dependent on the automaker's official remedy to bring affected vehicles into compliance. VW prices will likely suffer more should a given solution materially impact performance and fuel economy. Conversely, the outcome would be more positive if the fix were to address the issue without unduly compromising either area. That's this month's market update. To download the full report, visit nada.com/B2B. Also, be sure to check out our vehicle reviews at nada.com/used car. We'll see you next time.